Okay. Once again, good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today at the Grand Hyatt Manila for the media premiere of yet another game-changing model from Toyota Motor Philippines. So, my name is Elvin Luciano, and I will be your moderator for today. But before anything else, I would also like to acknowledge our media friends who are watching us today via our YouTube live stream. So hope you are staying safe and well in your own homes. We will be monitoring actually the comment section of the stream. So if you have questions for our panel, please feel free to post them there and we'll try our best to accommodate as many questions as we can. So I'm looking at the stream right now and I'd like to say hi to every one of you. Okay, Car Guide is the early bird, the first one to log in. So, yeah, hi to everyone. So we will be starting our Q&A in a bit. So send in your questions. And the last time we did a vehicle media premiere, it was through microsite. So it's so refreshing. It's so new to be doing this right now, right in front of you, our media guest. So we thank you for braving the outside world and going through our safety protocols. In a few hours or few days ba, it will be our lockdown anniversary. So happy anniversary to all of us. So the protocols are for our own safety, and we promise you that since you gave us your time and you and your presence today, we will be sharing a lot of big news from Toyota Motor Philippines, and your presence will be very much worth it. Okay, so to start today's program, let's hear it from the president of Toyota Motor Philippines. So to give us his welcome remarks, please give a warm round of applause to Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you all here face to face. Believe it or not, this is my first physical product launch as TMP president. I'm glad to share this first with you. I'd also like to greet those who are joining us online. As much as we want to have all of you here, we will have to do it one safe step at home. Please bear with us, and we hope we could be with you soon. Toyota's history in motorsports dates back more than 60 years. The most extreme conditions of the racetrack serve as the flesh and blood for building tomorrow's ever better cars. With Akio Toyota as a master driver, Gazoo Racing was born. Gazoo em- embodies, embodies the GR passion to push the limits. From your garage to the racetrack, we can push the limits of the cars we make and push our own limits to bring back the thrill of driving. While the whole world bears witness to the recent successes of Toyota Gazoo Racing in WRC, Dakar Rally, and Le Mans, the Filipino racing community and future race car drivers can also be excited about our local motorsports activities this year, both online and on track. Yes, you heard it right. With all the proper safety protocols, we hope to resume physical races this year. That should add to much needed adrenaline for our drivers and motorsports fans. Of course, This will be supported by a growing online racing community through the second season of the GT Cup. But aside from these motorsports activities, we are happy to announce the introduction of the GR series, because what better way to experience the thrill of driving than driving the car itself? Not just in the racetrack, not just for race car drivers, but in everyday roads by regular people like you and me. The first in the GR lineup product was the Supra, which made its grand entrance back in 2019. While it surely raised heartbeats for most, driving and owning a Supra remains a dream. Today, we are quite excited to launch the Vios GR Sport, the country's most trusted model, injected with GR spirit. There are over 340,000 Vios owners out there who use these reliable, tried and tested vehicles in their daily lives. Our goal with the Vios GRS is to transform your reliable everyday car to a Vios that gives a more pleasurable drive, whether on track or on the road. The Vios GRS will bring next level thrill in your everyday drive. With that, let me ask Mr. Sherwin to explain more details of the Vios GRS. Thank you and good morning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Okamoto-san. So, we'd like to shout out to our YouTube viewers. So, yun, so nagpapa-shoutout sila. So, Sir Al is here. Sir Al Mendoza, good morning to you. And we already have one question. So, let me read one of the questions so our panel can prepare. Randy De Leon is asking, will TMP be using the the Vios GRS as the new Vios Cup race car, at least for the super sporting class? Okay, so we'll find out the answer later. But for now, before we proceed to the next part of our program, we would also like to introduce a new member of the TMP family. Some of you already met him last January and this morning, of course, before we started our program. So friends from the media, please give a warm, it's more fun in the Philippines welcome to our new SVP for Marketing, Mr. Masatoshi Toya. Okay, and as you've heard from Okamoto-san's speech, this is just the beginning of the expansion of the Toyota Gazoo Racing brand in the Philippines. So to tell us more about it, and of course to introduce to us the vehicle that we are unveiling to the media today, please welcome the first Vice President for Marketing, Vehicle Sales Operations, Mr. Sherwin Chualim.
Hi, good morning to everyone. And thank you for joining us today. We're actually very glad that we are slowly getting back to a face-to-face media event. And but still, safety is our priority. So we apologize for any inconvenience with the swab test earlier. We just want to have a we just everyone to have some peace of mind. And so without further ado, let's talk about the new Vios GRS. So GRS stands for Gazoo Racing Sport. The Vios that the Filipinos have known and loved is now part of the world of TGR. TGR, or Toyota Gazoo Racing, is Toyota's global brand focusing on motorsports and performance. It is best explained by the philosophy of pushing the limits for better. By testing the cars under demanding racing conditions and various roads and tracks, Toyota is able to stay true to its commitment of building ever better cars. Later on, I will explain what the GR badge means for the Vios brand. But for now, let me assure that the spirit and excitement of Toyota Gazoo Racing will be felt more and more by Filipino racing fans and loyal Toyota customers. That statement sure is a hint of many more GR experiences to come. This is our goal this year. By strengthening our TGR brand locally, we aim to bring TGR products from cars, parts, accessories to merchandise, bring motorsports updates and information to enthusiasts, and provide heart racing Toyota Gazoo racing experiences to Filipino racing fans, from the racetracks to our dealerships and even in our digital channels. As mentioned by Okamoto-san, this is not our first time to bring the GR excitement to the Philippines. In 2019, we brought the legendary Toyota Supra, now branded as GR Supra, on Philippine shores for the very first time. But the thrill that Toyota Gazoo Racing brings is not exclusive to those who can get their hands on our flagship sports car. For Wakidoki should be for everyone. That is why for this year, we are leveling up our biggest Toyota Gazoo racing activities, the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Cup and the GR GT Cup. More details will soon be made available in our social media channels. Speaking of social media, we have launched today our social media channels for all things Toyota Gazoo Racing in the Philippines. Just search Toyota Gazoo Racing PH on Facebook and Instagram. We encourage you to follow these accounts and be part of the TGR Philippines community. We hope you can also invite your followers and friends to do the same. Now let's move on to the star of today's event, the Vios GRS. The Vios has always been known for reliability, durability, efficiency, and affordability. Since 2003, the Vios has evolved to fit the Filipinos' ever-changing needs and has since been the country's best-selling sedan. After 18 years, 4 generations, and almost 340,000 units sold, the Vios is truly the Philippines' most loved car. While it started as a CBU model, the Vios is now one of, if not the biggest pillar of local auto production. Since we started manufacturing the Vios locally, we have produced close to 320,000 units of the Vios. The Vios legacy continues because today we are launching a new sporty variant to the country's most loved vehicle with a car proudly made by Filipinos for Filipinos, a true Pinoy pride of a sedan. With the new Vios GRS, we have once again reinvented the Filipinos' most preferred car. With its upgraded design and new features, we can truly expect the new variant to be pushing the limits for better. It brings the drive experience and expressive design of Toyota Gazoo Racing, while still doing everything else expected of it. The new Vios GRS is made for outstanding fun with its exciting exterior and performance upgrades. Perfect for everyday driving and weekend cruising. To show you the full Vios upgrade, please watch this.
At the core of Toyota Gazoo Racing lies motorsports and the commitment to always push every limit to create ever better cars. And when that very same principle is applied to the Philippines' best-selling sedan, this is what you get. The new Vios GRS. One look and you can't deny that it captures the feel and excitement you see on the track. It's design forged with Gazoo Racing's innovative motorsport architecture, with remarkable black accent details so you command attention. And an exclusive GR emblem for you to express your car's leveled up identity. On the inside, the Vios GRS now houses semi-bucket sports seats that emulate a racing cockpit, so you feel more of that Toyota Gazoo Racing competitive spirit. More than its appealing new aesthetics, the new Vios GRS does not compromise on safety. and is still the quality, durable, and reliable car that you know and trust. With carefully designed security features, so you can always focus on enjoying a stimulating drive. As for performance, the Vios GRS drives sensational, with precise shifting and a sporty, manual feel to satisfy your thirst for thrill. On the road or on the track, always be ready for a heart-racing, exhilarating ride. The new Vios GRS. Bring on the thrill.
Now, who is the Vios GRS customer? This sedan appeals to the younger group of first-time car buyers. They love the fun of driving and want their car to make a statement about who they are. The Vios GRS excites any busy schedule with its thrills on demand. The Vios lineup offers our customers a wide range of choices to fit their needs and budget. The new Vios GRS grade starts at 1,020,000 pesos. For the standard variants, starting with the G grade, our SRP begins at 911,000 pesos. The E grade starts at 851,000 pesos. The XLE starts at 801,000 pesos, while the XE starts at 753,000 pesos. The J variant retails at 707,000 pesos, while the base variant costs 681,000 pesos. Whichever variant you choose, all grades have been developed to respond to various driver needs. To see and experience a Vios GRS for yourselves, we have set up a car display at the driveway where you can touch, feel, and take photos and videos of the car, and of course, take them for a spin around the block. Please feel free to try the Vios GRS and let us know what you think. Media friends, find more reasons to drive with the new Vios GRS. Once again, thank you very much, and we hope you're as excited as we are in this new phase in the history of the Vios. With the Vios GRS, we will surely bring on the thrill. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you, Sir Sherwin. Now, before we proceed to our Q&A session, allow me to please remind everyone that this is actually an advanced preview of the Vios GRS because the public launch of the Vios GRS is happening this Saturday at 6 p.m. through our Facebook channels, Toyota Motor Philippines and Toyota Gazoo Racing Philippines. So please watch out for that and invite your followers to do the same. We'll have another surprise personality, a familiar Vios Cup face, to do a test drive of the Vios GRS. He or she will be sharing his or her experience with the viewers this weekend. So please watch out for that. And also, as Sir Sherwin said, we would like to remind everyone that after our lunch, you are all welcome to come visit our Vios GRS displays at the driveway to take pictures and experience our test drive units. So this will be sanitized, so don't worry. And okay, let's get started with our Q&A today. For safety reasons, we will not be sharing microphones. So if you have a question, kindly raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. And when called, kindly stand up, identify yourself, and state your question as loud as you can. If you wish, you may go nearer our panel, but not too close, so they can hear you more clearly. So also, as a reminder, please keep your mask on at all times, and let's keep a safe distance with each other. So let's begin our Q&A session. But first, let's meet the panel who will be answering your questions for today. So to our panelists, as I call your name, please test your microphones by saying hi to our media guest right here and online. Okay, our panel is headed by the President of Toyota Motor Philippines, Mr. Atsuhiro Okamoto. And also our, can you kindly test your mic, sir? Test the mic if it's not, oh, all right. And also our Senior Vice President for Marketing, Mr. Jing Atienza. Our Senior Vice President
my mic
for
is working, yeah.
working fine. Our Senior Vice President for Marketing, Mr. Masatoshi Toya.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. And we are also joined today by the first Vice President for Corporate Affairs, Attorney Romel Gutierrez.
I'm working.
He is working. And of course, our FVP for Marketing, Sir Sherwin Chuwalim.
Hi, good morning again.
Oh, yeah, that's a bit loud, so we may have to adjust that one. Okay, so that's not all. We also have our first Vice President for Customer Service Operations, so Mr. Rainier Gregorio. Mike's kind of working. And the Vice President for Product Planning, Mr. Nico Bravante. Yes. And I think we saw Mr. Vince Soco earlier walking. Oh, he's not here anymore. Okay. And of course, the VP for CSO, Mr. Jeff Matsuo. And my boss right there, VP for Marketing Services, very busy, Elijah Su. Elijah Marshall. All right, so do we have any question from the group today? Just raise your hand. So if there's no question, yes, sir. The GRS, the two GRS variants. Okay, because they have different prices. Okay, thank you, Sir Mike, for that question. So he'd like to know the difference between the two Vios GRS variants that was flashed earlier. Is it there? Ayun. So who would like to take this question? Sir Nico? Okay, thank you, Sir Nigo. So while our guests here are thinking of the questions they want to ask, let me just have a rundown of the questions that we are getting online. Very interesting questions, actually. So there's this question if the Vios GRS is also assembled in the Philippines. And what does the local effort to promote TGR mean for TRD? So that's another interesting question that we will answer later. And are there plans to assemble or manufacture a new Toyota model locally on top of Innova and the Vios? And how has Toyota Motor PH managed to bring the pricing of the 1.5G down? Was it down to manufacturing efficiencies or is it a marketing decision? So we'll get to those questions later. For now, let me confirm if any of our guests today have questions for our panel. Just raise your hand. None yet? Do you want to eat lunch na? Okay, Dre. Sorry, Dre, can you repeat the last parts of the question? Mm. More locally available models with a TGR treatment. Okay. So anyone would like to, Sir Sherwin?
Yeah, thank you, Dre. Yes, as mentioned, the VSGRS is only the first under the GRS or Gazoo Racing Sport. And you can expect, or everyone can expect more products to be available under the GR branding, both performance and GRS variant.
Okay, thank you, Sir Sherwin. Did Sir Sherwin just confirm something with with that answer? Okay, all right, so let's go with our online questions. So the first one, I think Okamoto-san can answer this. Burning question from online. They would like to confirm if the GRS is indeed part of our local production for TMP.
Aside from Vios,
They would like to confirm, sir, if the GRS is being manufactured
yeah.
locally here in the
Yes, yes,
Philippines.
yes, yes. Yeah, of course. Vios GRS is produced in the Philippines, our plant, Santa Rosa.
All right. And a follow-up question to that, sir, from Ms. Otel Campos. If she would like to know if there are plans to have other locally produced models aside from Vios and Innova.
At this moment, we will continue the Vios and Innova local production.
All right. Thank you, Komodo-san. And may I ask the group again if you have questions for our panel? Yes, sir. Please stand up. Okay, okay.
Hello, Ash Mahinay from the Vios. My question is, would there be TGR accessories or add-ons for the non-GR version Vios?
All right. Very interesting question. Will there be TGR accessories for the non-GR models or variants? Sir Rainier, would you like to take this?
Yes, good morning. Thank you for your question. Yes, definitely there will be accessories that are available in the GRS for the non-GR models. Thank you.
All right. So as Sir Sherwin said earlier, Wakudoki should be for everyone. So we can have a feel of Wakudoki with this Toyota Gazoo Racing accessories available for the non-TGR models. All right. So the next question that we have from online is from Cap Aguila. So this is the TRD question. So Cap is asking, what does the local effort to promote TGR mean for TRD? So, would Sir Jing?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Cap. Yes, that would mean that we are transitioning from TRD to GR. So this is just one of initial phases, meaning introducing new models like the GR Performance Supra, and then the Yaris, and then later on, this will be rolled out, including our dealerships, no? Even our facilities. We have some GR themed areas, and as mentioned earlier by Mr. Gregorio, even accessories and other items will be available. Yeah, so it's a phase out. So TRD would slowly, or GR would increase in presence in Philippines. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sir Jing. So, any other questions from from our group today? If none yet, so let's go back to our first question that we read earlier from Randy. Can we expect the Vios GRS to be at the Vios Cup this year? Sir Sherwin?
Lakas talaga ng mic. We will not be using the Vios GRS for our race or for the team's race. As you know, we most of the or all of the teams have just invested in a new Vios 2 years back before the pandemic. So they haven't really maximized the use of the cars that they have just purchased. So we will not require them to change to a new Vios variant, but instead use their existing vehicles to race in the Vios Cup. But definitely the Vios GRS will be at the races for the public or for everyone to view the car. but not to race it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Sherwin, for that. And before we move on to the next question to be answered by our panelists, a little review of the other questions that are coming in right now. So there are questions about, okay, I think this is for Attorney Rommel for later. How much of a consideration was given to the fact that the Vios is safeguard duty free in launching this? And then there's another question. Um, would there be a 6-speed manual transmission available for the Vios GRS? And then, uh, are the add-on GR accessories for non-GR Vios limited to 2021 Vios models, or will it cover for the previous models? So those are the lined-up question from online. Very interesting question. Mas chatty yata yung ating online crowd compared to our crowd right here at the Grand Hyatt. So, yeah, Grand Hyatt crowd, do you have other questions? Yes, Sir Jason.
We're planning to sell around 50 units a month, over around 3,000 units. So that's roughly around 1 point, close to 2% of the total Vios. 1.6 to be exact. 1.66666.
Okay. Sir Jing brought out his calculator. Okay, thank you, Sir Sherwin. And yes, let's go to this question from Ms. Irma Isip. How much of a consideration was given to the fact that the Vios is safeguard duty free in launching this model? All right, so Sir Jing.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Irma. Of course, this type of product requires some advanced planning, and this started quite 1.5 years ago, including assistance from regional Toyota office and engineering. So during that time, yes, safeguard duties were not considered. But yes, in general, this is one of those additional efforts for Toyota to enhance our sales of our CKD models. No? Vios being our #1 model and best-selling model at that. No? So these are one of those additional efforts to continually improve our sales, but not only that, to increase production of Vios in the Philippines. Thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Sir Jing. And we just have another question, this time from Mr. Alfonso Mendoza. So I'm not sure if this has been tackled earlier. What's the target production of the GRS for 2021? So also, he is asking about the sales forecast for the unit for this year. But before we go to that question, let's go to the question asked earlier. What influenced the price adjustments for all the variants? So this is in connection to this other question. How has Toyota managed to bring the pricing of the 1.5G down? So both related questions. So may we ask Mr. Nico to answer these two questions from Yuli, and I think the other one is Anton.
Okay, good morning everyone and thank you for the question. The question, if I may confirm, is how did we reduce the price, especially for the 1.5?
Yes.
Okay. It's basically a recalibration of where the market will be for the target for this specific variants.
Mm.
And considering the latest customer trend, we had to reduce. At the same time, the promo, we also had to readjust. So it's a combination of recalibration of the SRP and the promo combination. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, any other? Sir Mike, yes.
Yes, again, I'd like to congratulate Toyota for getting into motorsports because, you know, many years ago when we started talking to Toyota, they weren't really into motorsports. So now with GRS, with Gazoo Racing here, we're very happy to note that you're there. So my question is, aside from the Vios Cup, the Vios Racing, and the GT
GT
Online
Cup, yeah.
Supra online race, sim racing, will there be other events under the Gazoo Racing brand or here in the Philippines?
Mhm. Will there be other TGR events other than the two biggest events right now, which are the Vios Cup, this is the physical racing, and the GT Cup, which is the e-motorsport program?
Thanks, Mike, for your question. Currently, we will focus our efforts on the GT Cup e-racing and the Vios Cup sometime in second semester. But if things get better in terms of the situation, definitely we will explore more options on how we can further promote the GR brand here in the Philippines. But aside from motorsports, of course, we will have other activities to create that awareness to the public about the GR motorsports.
Mhm.
Thank you.
All right. So according to Sir Sherwin, there will be more and more Toyota Gazoo Racing inspired activities and programs that TMP will launch this year. So since we will be hearing more and more of this brand, so a little tutorial lang ano. This is commonly mispronounced as ako din dati I call it Toyota Gazoo. But I was told that it's actually Toyota Gazoo. Toyota Gazoo Racing. So if we are going to encounter that brand more and more, we'll have to learn to say it the right way. All right. So okay. So we any more questions from the group today before we have our lunch break? Okay. Wala na. So does that mean okay, let's go online for some more questions. Okay, a rundown lang. Okay, this is an actually this is an actual this is a very interesting question. I think this is from Alain Jeronimo from the Manila Times. Will the GRS models get performance treatments similar to actual GR models, or is it just aesthetic improvements? So, Sir Nico, right?
Okay. Compared to purely built GR models, yes, the Vios GRS still does have an improvement in terms of performance. We did improve and now comes with a new 10-speed CVT as a main highlight in terms of performance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Nigo. And we have a follow-up question about accessories, this time from Reggie Ramos. So, are the add-on GR accessories for non-GR Vios limited to the 2021 Vios models, or will it cover also the previous models? Okay, Sir Rainier.
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yes, it's for the 2021 and also for earlier models. The accessories available that we were mentioning earlier are basically the skirts and the alloy wheels. No? So these are 6 new accessories lineup that can be used for non-GR models. And along with this, we have around 150 line items of merchandise, new GR merchandise that will be launched together with the accessories for GR. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sir Rainier. Now, before we go to our last questions, we would like to remind our on-site guests that our lunch will be served at the pool house a little later. Seating has been planned, so please look for your name cards on the tables. And also for safety reasons, our press kit will be purely digital. So Nadine and I will share the link containing the press releases, some photos, the brochures containing the full specs and variant lineup. So we will send them to you. We will send the link to you both to our guest here and to our online viewers via YouTube. And for our guest right here at the Grand Hyatt, we will have QR codes later at the pool house where you can just point and download all these materials. All right, so some more questions. We have, it's 1 minute past 12, so we can accommodate maybe one or two questions more. Last questions from the team, from the group. Yes, in you go. Oh, direct.
Vios owners cannot buy that unique GRS grill or front bumper. It's only limited to skirts.
Hello, hello, can you hear me? Yeah, all accessories installed in the current GR models are available. That can be utilized for non-GR models. Yes. Yes.
All right, so we have our two last questions. Let me have a quick review of these two last questions. The first one is from it's from our GT Cup racer, Jose Altoveros. Since Vios GRS is a sporty model, why did Toyota opt for a 10-speed CVT instead of manual? Is there something special with the new CVT? Thank you. And then the other question is from Louis Desiderio. Will production of GRS form part of Target under the CARS program? And any update on your talks with DTI on extending period to comply with CARS Target? Thank you. All right, so can we address the first question from Jose about uptake?
A more spirited
Mm.
feeling in terms of driving. That's why we provided the improvement on the 10-speed CVT. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. And for our last question, unless any of the guys here has pahabol question, wala na. All right. Our last question, I guess, from Louis. Will production of GRS form part of the Target under CARS program? And any update on your talks with DTI on extending period to comply with CARS Target? This is for attorney.
Good afternoon, Louis. Thank you for that question. Yes, of course, it is still a Vios, no? So that will form part of our commitment to the government to produce at least 200,000 units during the CARS program period. Yeah, on your next question on the extension, yes, we are still continuing to discuss, or we're still discussing with DTI on the extension of the period. But again, DTI understands the necessity and the CARS program needs to be extended, no? The period. That's why we are quite positive about the final decision of the DTI, and we understand it's not only DTI who's going to decide on that, but we gathered that DTI already favorably recommended the extension of the CARS program. So we have yet to see the official pronouncement of the government on the extension of the CARS program. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, attorney. And just another reminder to everyone that we will be sending the link to the press kit a little later, and that's both to the guest here and to our online viewers, so watch out for that. And full details of the vehicles will be made available on Saturday on our website, toyota.com.ph. That's after the public launch on Saturday at 6 p.m. through our Facebook account. So before I end, I would like to check with our panelists if you have any more final messages. Do you have, if anyone would like to say anything? So if none, we can, that's it for today. So thank you so much to our panelists. Please give them a warm round of applause, please. And of course, thanks everyone. Thanks to our media friends for your active participation and your warm welcome to the Vios GRS and of course, Toyota Gazoo Racing. So enjoy your lunch and please stay safe and take care on your way home. Thank you. Maraming salamat po.